We have before us a new reading piece this week, and although it says it's a mystery song on the bottom, we're at a point now where we're doing songs that these are not songs that we sang in class. Rather, this is a piece we may have danced in class. So I'm telling them what the name of the piece is. It's called Musette, and it's written by J.S. Bach, Johann Sebastian Bach. Now, the original is a much more difficult piece, and this is called an arrangement. And the first thing we're going to look at together is the key signature, and we look up here and we see this do. Now, in your music, not in mine, but in yours, you also have a little note here, and it says D do. It also says it down here, D do. So that's something that helps them to see that this, which is our key signature, is telling us that we're in D do. So I like to establish the pitch. Here's our do. And the first thing that I notice in this piece is the rhythm. And we have a pattern here that we've seen before on our 16th note orange cards. That's do, do, ta, da, da. And you can take a moment and find them elsewhere. Do, do, ta, da, da, and again, and again. So this is a repeating pattern, and we want them to see that pattern as one whole sound, which is do, do, da, da, da. All right. Now you'll notice that over here we've got two staves playing at the same time. The notes that are played on this staff will be played with the right hand, and the notes played on this staff will be played with the left hand. So in the beginning, the right hand is playing solo, because underneath here there is nothing. That's what the rest is telling us, and it does it again. And of course it does it again and again. So the right hand has a pattern which we're very familiar with tonally. It's so, fa, mi, re, do, and we've heard this in our warm-up almost every time we've met. So the start of the piece is, and at home the children should be practicing so, fa, mi, re, do, so, fa, mi, re, do, while following the notes. We really want them to be reading those notes. I don't mention that these are moving down stepwise. We'll be talking more about that next year. Okay, we move on to the next part, and we have an interesting thing happening here. We have an area that we're going to write that we're in unison. Now, unison means that both of the hands are playing the same notes. Not the same notes on the piano. They are the same pitches. I used the wrong word. However, those pitches are an octave apart. So the left hand is using this sound, and the right hand is using this sound. They're both called mi. However, for the right hand, the mi is found here, and for the left hand, the mi is found here. Now, if you notice the direction of the notes, both move up, then they both move down, and they both move up, and they both move down, and that's what unison means. They're both going in the same direction and playing the same sound, but they're an octave apart. Notice over here I've got a familiar pattern. Can you guess what that is? You can say bum, 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 and you may notice it's the same notes over here. So, mi, do. So you can compare. We want them to begin to infer these patterns, but here it is. So, mi, do. In the left hand it looks differently. Sounds the same. Here they are. So, mi, do. Same shape pattern. Another pattern they may see is this pattern down here. So, do, right there. And again, the left hand is doing the same thing, an octave lower. So, do. So now what's left is this little, which starts right here. Mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re. And if you look, this whole area is exactly the same. So now we're realizing that this piece is filled with patterns. The first pattern, the square one, is so, fa, mi, re, do, so, fa, mi, re, do. The next pattern is just a pattern we repeat. It goes up and down. Mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re. And then we have that round pattern, so, mi, do, repeated in the left hand, directly underneath. And then the little cloud pattern is the so, do. So let's listen to the whole piece.